In 5, 4, 3, 2. What's going on? What's up? It's the Cipher. It's the Cipher. It's the Cipher. It's this. We need some theme music or something.
Do you have a? You ain't got a rip for the Cipher yet, do you? You ain't got a rhyme.
Give
me 3 or 4 bars. Just let people know what you can say. Come on, man.
It's the overhype. It's this. No, I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna do.
What's going on, y'all?
What's going on? What's up? Welcome to a little thing that we call the Cipher, a little segment
crew,
where we talk about the latest in hip hop and modern music, whether it be good, whether it be garbage. We sit around and we bring it to you.
Keeping it underground. Keeping it underground too, y'all.
Keeping it backpacker. Keeping it real, son. Yo, right now, why don't we just jump into it?
Just jump into it.
Black Milk.
Black Milk.
Sounds nasty.
You know, name of the album of the year. Pretty ambitious.
Yes, sir.
They have been talking about this for a minute. Black Milk for me, you know, I always bring up the fact that the one trip we took down to go see Russell in Maryland, Virginia, excuse me, and Popular Demand was out. Okay, his first album, his first full-length album. I believe he put out an EP or 2 before that. Okay, and we played all that, and I was just amazed by this kid, and he's a young cat.
Oh yeah,
I was amazed by this kid's drums. That's what drew me to him. Right, and the fact that he came up under Dilla a little bit. Oh yeah, in that Detroit scene,
that whole Detroit scene.
Love this dude's cadence and the way he rhymes. You know what I mean? He's a quintessential. I mean, you could tell he's a direct disciple of Dilla in the fact that he's equally good or nearly as good at beats as he is at rhyming.
Oh my God, yes.
Right, you know
he's really right there, and both are very dope. As a matter of fact, I mean, it's funny that you bring up Dilla because a lot of people, I mean, rest in peace, Dilla, and a lot of people have been saying that he could be the next person to take that seat, to take that throne as the next Dilla. I mean, nobody will ever replace Dilla, but obviously, I mean, everybody's looking for that next J Dilla.
Yeah, because J Dilla, and I don't want to digress too much. I know we talk about Black Milk and his album called Album of the Year.
Yes, sir.
But to me, J Dilla is almost he's kind of like the hip-hop version of like Jimi Hendrix. So what I mean by that is this. Okay. Jimi Hendrix became more of a legend after his death. Okay. Than he was when he was living. Okay. You know what I mean? He was still dope. Everybody knew he was nice with it. You know what I mean? Then and he was so much into his craft and what it was that he was doing, and he was doing it so unique and differently than everybody else, till he created his own lane. Right. You know what I mean? Because if you listen to Jimi Hendrix, it's rock music, but it's equal parts blues, rock, and there's some funk involved. Right. You can hear all that in Jimi Hendrix music, straight up. Okay. You know, J Dilla kind of the same way. You know, J Dilla came up under the Tribe Called Quest. You know, obviously him going solo and performing his own group with 2 other guys called Slum Village. Right. And the rest is history. But that said, back to Black Milk. Album of the Year. Now, I've been reading about Album of the Year for a while on the internet. Right. So, pretty ambitious. Okay. You know, so I'm listening to it. And Album of the Year, I mean, you got to smash everything here. Let me tell you what I like about the album. Okay. Okay. I love the way that he rhymes. Okay. Okay. I love the drums of the album. Drums are crazy. The drums are absolutely crazy. Okay. Now it's funny because and there's like 2 or 3 songs that are absolutely ridiculous that do qualify as Album of the Year material without question. Okay. However, for me, the very thing I love about the album is the same thing for me that keeps it from being Album of the Year. Okay. And the reason being is because if you listen to it, first of all, to me it's not even his best album. Really? Yeah, it's not. I like Tronic a little bit better. Okay. And I like Popular Demand really better than Tronic and Album of the Year. Okay. Now, this is not to say that Album of the Year is not dope. It's incredible. Okay. You know, it's some great stuff on there. But he's so nice with the drums, man, it gets a little bit repetitive from song after song, which kind of is contradictory to the way that I like music, because I like fluidity. I like for an album, I want everything to sound even. I don't want too many things aggressing. You know, you want to have like a Jay-Z album. Like you might have this 199 Problems beat, but you come back, you got like this real laid back beat, and Right. I like a little more consistency in my albums if it's going to be Album of the Year, and he keeps it there. It's a little bit consistent in that way, but I'm listening to it, and the bangers are just not there for me on every single song. Album of the Year means like about 90% of your album has got to be crazy to me. You know what I mean? And if it's not a crazy song, it's got to fit in the flow of what it is that's going on with that album. So for me, it's a very, very, very good album. Album of the Year, I've heard some. We're gonna go over my list for what might qualify as album of the year because we're in the fourth quarter right now.
Right.
So we got another month or two, before we start putting up our. You know what I mean? Because we talked about Say the Roots.
Right.
To me, that's gonna be. That's going to qualify or be nominated for me as album of the year.
Definitely.
It's one of the nominees.
Okay.
I can't say that this album is better than the Roots album, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of where I would have been. I'll elaborate a little bit more, but where are you on it?
Well, you know what? Well, when he says album of the year, so he explains it on the first track in the introduction that all the experiences that he's had from the past, from when he finished the last album to when he started this album, he put all of that into this album, which reason why he called it the album of the year.
Okay.
He didn't really call it the album of the year because this is going to be the album of the year.
Right.
That's the reason why he called it that. These are all the experiences from this year.
Yeah.
That being said, Muff, I actually believe this might be the album of the year.
Oh, okay.
I think, obviously, from what you were saying about before, the drums are absolutely crazy. Okay. The drums kept me going, kept my heart pumping. I loved it.
It's some adrenaline going there. With that.
Exactly.
It's straight boom bap.
Boom. See, and that's another thing I wanted to say about him. I mean, and that's the one thing I think that kind of separates him from Jay Dilla. He sounds more of like an East Coast, straight from New York producer, if you ask me. And he expresses a lot. I mean, on Tronic and especially on this album a lot. Okay. It's just because of the boom bat sound. Now, this guy, I don't think that he's actually in the booth splitting atoms or in the studio splitting atoms or doing anything that we haven't heard before. Okay. This album just reminds me of Mama's Home Cooking. You know, you know what I'm saying? Because he just taking elements.
Put his ankle in it.
He put his ankle in it. He might have put his knee in this one because he's just taking elements that are right there. He's taking the drums. He's taking the snares. He's taking the music. He's taking the live instruments. And he's putting them there together. And he's just making it work. He's just really making it work. And his rhyme skills are off the chain. Now, it's very rare that you will have a producer who can carry his rhymes or have his rhymes carry his beats. I mean, he's just right there.
And it's funny you say it, not to just jump in here, but you bring up a great point about producers and producer MCs. Mm-hmm. Now, one of the things that most producer MCs lack are just not being great MCs. But one of the advantages that producer MCs have is the fact that they know their own beats. They know what type of cadence should work on their beats. Like, for instance, we know, technically speaking, Dr. Dre, if Dr. Dre didn't do beats, you just heard him as a rhymer, you'd be like, But Dre knows how to ride his beats, so he never sounds whack.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Obviously, Jay Dilla is a little bit more involved. You know what I mean? As far as rhymer, I mean, to me, he's still the best ever rhymer MC. What I love about producer MC,
right?
What I love about Black Milk is the fact that his cadence is crazy over his beats.
Right.
You know what I mean? I love the way it works. And when he's at his best, and I don't mean this as a knock against Black Milk, but when he can have somebody come up behind him after he rhymes and bring his point home. For instance, look at Deadly Mentally, which is the best song in the album. That song might be one of the songs of the year, if you ask me. Okay. You know what I mean? Deadly Melody is off the chain with Royce the 5'9". He comes in, second up the bat, and he just,
which is very gutsy, by the way, to have Royce the 5'9" on your track. If you are a producer, MC, you have to be very confident to bring a powerhouse like Royce the 5'9", because Royce the 5'9" is going to crush your beats and probably crush you in the process if you are not bringing it.
Right. He that dude. So